All right, we just got off the air from double eviction night, baby, at Big Brother. And look who our guest is tonight. Last year's winner, Xavier Prather, Big Brother 23 winner. Welcome, Xavier.
Thanks for having me, Julie. A
All
lot,
right,
lot going on in the episode tonight. That was a lot.
a lot. And I thought, who better to dissect this episode with than you? You were there last year and you won the whole thing. So, this is a time, this is the perfect time to tell anyone if you haven't seen the double eviction episode yet. Spoilers, we're about to launch into what happened. So, turn away, turn it off right now if you haven't seen it yet.
Yeah.
All right, let's get to it. Terrence evicted 4-0. Were you surprised? Did they do the right thing? What do you make of that?
Julie, I got to say, I think that it brings my heart so much peace to see Terrence going to jury. That just, from a special place in my heart, that's just hilarious.
Why?
Because I think Terrence's reads on some of the people in the house were very skewed. Usually they were more negative. And his gameplay, I wasn't particularly a fan of. That's just my own personal opinion. So seeing him go to jury, I'm not really going to lose sleep over it, to be honest with you. So I think they got it right with voting him out.
Were you not impressed with how he handled being HOH and then winning veto that week? He had all the power at Direfest. Was it that or was it other stuff?
I think it more so pertains to other things. Maybe just some of the comments I've heard him make while in his time in the Big Brother house. So gameplay was, personally, am I expecting him at the cookout? I'll have to talk to the rest of the members. We'll see. But I wouldn't hold my breath on that one.
Okay. So after Terrence got evicted, then we had to play HOH and Turner won.
Yeah.
And then he nominated Brittany and Alyssa.
Ooh, I was nervous. I was very nervous.
What do you think about all of that?
So him nominating Brittany and Alyssa, I think he'd been leading everyone to believe that Brittany was going to be his target if nominations stayed the same. Which I was like, someone's going home, but is that really the move that's going to put you in a better position to win the game? Probably not. But then, someone won the veto and things got shaken up a little bit to where I was hoping Turner would actually pull the trigger. But I'll let you kind of give us the background into that.
Well, what Xavier is talking about, ladies and gentlemen, is that it's all about the veto. And Monty won the power veto.
About time he won something.
Huh?
So it's about time he won another competition. I was getting discouraged.
And he's big. That was a difficult.
Yeah, that competition actually reminded me of the challenge. But I honestly thought Turner or Michael was going to win that one. Or Taylor. Taylor was doing great. When she pulled out the wire, I thought she was going to get it. And then all of a sudden, Monty came and got it in. I was like, all right, cool. Good for you. Let's see what you do with it. And then they pulled the trigger on Michael.
So Monty made a big move in deciding, look, we're going to save Alyssa. And it's not about saving Alyssa.
No.
It was about rallying the troops and taking their shot at Michael.
Yeah.
What do you make of that? After they kind of had like a all guys alliance, maybe not.
Well, you have to take Alyssa off because if you take Brittany off, she then becomes a vote for Michael. And then the potential for Michael to stay in the house increases exponentially. So you set Michael on the block next to the person who's most likely to vote for him. The cookout did that numerous times throughout the game. And then even once we got to final six, sitting Tiffany next to Hannah and things like that. You put people next to probably their closest ally because now that's a vote that they don't have. So taking Alyssa off, I just don't really think it had to do with Monty's relationship with Alyssa. It was more so this is the time to take a shot at Michael, and Alyssa is more likely to be a vote against Michael than Brittany is if you take her off.
And that's exactly what happened.
Yeah, 100%.
Michael was sitting next to Brittany, and it was 3-0 to evict him. But he went down swinging. He really, in his last-minute plea speech,
yeah, I thought his last minute police speech was good. I thought it was good. Everything that he was saying was accurate, and everything that he was saying, it was like if he had a little bit more time to really work those arguments that he was presenting, I think those definitely could have gotten some people to at least consider. I think by the time he hit the block, everyone pretty much knew what they were going to do. But if he had more time to really work those arguments and have some one-on-ones with the people to convince them one way or the other, yeah, I think Brittany might have gone home, or at least people would have considered sending Brittany out. But like at that point during a double eviction, if Michael's on the block and you don't vote him out, you probably don't deserve to win, honestly.
Even he said, even though I agree with you, he made really good arguments. He said, no, they did the right thing.
He knows this was the time. This was the best time. If they were going to take that shot, you take it. Like sometimes if an opportunity is just served up to you on a silver platter, especially at this stage of the game, if it was earlier, you probably want to keep him around as a shield more, just to let other people take shots at him. But at this stage of the game, with that big of a target left, now's the time that you got to take him out. So I think they took the shot at the right time.
So out of the 5 people left, who are you most impressed with? Who do you think is in the best position? Who's playing the best game?
Socially, Taylor is blowing the rest of them out of the water. Her jury management skills, which I feel like a lot of times in the Big Brother house, people lose track of jury management. I think either their emotions get involved or maybe their egos kind of supersede any of their game logic. But Taylor has done a really good job of not really insulting or personally attacking or doing anything to ruffle feathers with anybody. And then even though she's not winning competitions, I think people, again, maybe it's just people's egos, but like not winning competitions isn't necessarily a bad thing, because ultimately people's human emotions are more likely going to be what dictates who they vote for. All you have to do is get to those 2 chairs, and she's in a great position to end up in those 2 chairs. I think Turner is, for Taylor to win, I think honestly right now, if she sits next to anybody, I think she can win just because of her jury management. But Turner would probably give her the most run for her money, given that he took out Kyle, which, and then he also just took out Michael, who I know a lot of people respected as a big threat in the game. So he's got a decent resume. Now he's in the best position to win more competitions going forward. So I think, but he's also a prime subject for a backdoor or a eviction this upcoming week. So if she could get Turner out, I think Taylor's pretty much a lock to win. I still think she's pretty much a lock, but Turner's really the only one that I could see giving her a run for her money. Everyone else, Brittany or Alyssa, no. Monty would maybe get a couple of votes, but I think ultimately Taylor would win against Monty as well. So I think she's probably in the best position to win moving forward with Michael leaving. I think Michael was the only one that could give her a run for her money from a jury standpoint. But with him gone, they just kind of opened the gates. And the sad part is I don't really think – I was nervous with Michael leaving that it was going to make Taylor's target expand, because I think with him there, I liked him being there because it kind of shielded her. No one was really recognizing the game that she's been playing socially and how far that can carry. With Michael gone, I'm afraid that some of the people remaining might start to recognize that and then look to target her. I'm hoping they don't. I'm hoping they just don't see it. But if they do, that could be trouble with him gone.
Okay, Xavier, how do you think you would do against this year's housemates?
I'd wipe the floor with all of with this year's housemates.
And who would you have wanted to be in an alliance with?
Ooh, these are good questions, Julie. I didn't think about it. All right, let's go back to pre-jury. Never mind. No one in pre-jury. In the jury phase, who would I would work with Joseph. I rock with Joseph tough. You know, he would be my co-counsel. Me and Joseph would probably have a final 2.
Straight shooter too.
Yeah. So I rock with Joseph tough. I think we would have got along great. I probably would have had a final 2 with him. Indy reminds me of Whitney, so I don't know how long we would have worked together, but Jasmine, probably not. Kyle, absolutely not. Probably Taylor, Monty, Turner. Taylor and probably Michael as well. Michael and Taylor specifically because I think they're good at receiving information, and not divulging it, unless they ultimately have to. But for the most part, both of them are very good at like receiving information, not really giving too much, holding their cards close to the vest. And that's something I tried to do in my season, which was like get information and only release what I had to and use selective honesty, which Taylor does a great job of that. I think Michael did a decent job of that as well. I think he just won too many competitions. So ultimately, he was going to start making people upset no matter how good he was socially. So I think, who did I say? I said Michael, Taylor, Monty, Joseph, and probably Turner. I think those would be the people I would have looked to have worked with. Would that group work cohesively? Maybe. That would just depend on if I can help keep people sticking together again.
That's a pretty good group, but you have the advantage of seeing who's made it far also.
This is true. This is true. If I was first walking in the house, there are some people I know off the back I probably would have wanted to get out. Like Pooch, I don't know anything about him, but I probably would have wanted him out. Unfortunately, I don't know anything. I just probably would have looked at him and been like, "No, you got to go, buddy." I don't know. There's a lot of people that I think I would have wanted to leave in the order that they've left so far. So I can't say it's that far off.
Okay, last question. Be honest. As you're watching this season of Big Brother, do you miss being in the house?
Oh, Julie, not at all. Not even a little.
Honest.
Not right now. I'm thankful and I enjoyed my time in the Big Brother house. It was unforgettable. It was historic. But am I, itching to get back in the house? Not right now.
Well, you look like you're living well.
I was just trapped on a compound in Argentina. I don't know. I don't want to be trapped anywhere else for a little while. I want to be free. I want to be able to just fly like a bird everywhere. But yeah, things are going all right now.
You earned it, Xavier.
Thank you.
Xavier Prather, Big Brother 23 season winner. Thank you for your time.
Thanks for having me, Julie.